Acer's Nitro 5 gaming laptop, refreshed for 2021, delivers friendly features at a reasonable price in its entry and mid-level configurations. Acer's bread-and-butter Nitro 5 gaming laptop starts at just $699, which was the price of the base model we reviewed last year. This time, though, the company sent us a decidedly not entry-level $1,699 version to show off 2021's best tech, including an 8-core AMD Ryzen 7 processor, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 30 series graphics, and a sharp 15.6-inch WQHD screen. Though not a bad buy, its plastic build is more palatable than base versions at a grand less, and its gaming performance doesn't stand up to that of our current top picks, the Alienware M15 Ryzen Edition R5 and Lenovo Legion 5 Pro. That said, despite the price of our specific test model, don't write off the Nitro 5. As a family, it remains one of our top budget gaming laptops because of the value it offers in its more affordable configurations. And in our tester, that powerful AMD CPU makes it a good alternative to Acer's own competitor Helios 300. Our Nitro 5 review unit combines an 8-core, 3.2 GHz Ryzen 7 5800H processor, an 8GB GeForce RTX 3070 GPU, 16 GB of memory, a 1TB solid-state drive, Windows 10 Home, and a 1-year warranty. Lenovo's Legion 5 Pro costs about the same but with half the storage. On the Intel side, MSN offers the MSI GL66 Pulse for $1,499 with an 8-core Core i7-11800H chip and a 144Hz 1080p display. Acer's online store stocks more affordable Nitro 5 models such as the $949 AN5-1545R0FN, which packs a 6-core Ryzen 5 5600H, a 4GB GeForce RTX 3050, and a 144Hz 1080p screen, but just 8GB of RAM. The $1,299 model AN5-1545R92M is the sweet spot, combining a Ryzen 7 5800H like my units, a 6GB GeForce RTX 3060, and 16GB of memory. As I noted, the catch with the Nitro 5 is that you get the same plastic chassis whether you buy the bargain model or the $2,299 AN5-1545R9QH flagship with its blistering Ryzen 9 5900HX. It's not a drawback for the $1,299 and cheaper models. The unit is smooth and sturdy, and the red accent on the back gives it a little flair. It distinctively says gamer without being polarizing. But the design doesn't impress north of that price, especially once it reaches my test unit's $1,699. At 0.94 by 14.3 by 10 inches and weighing 5.07 pounds, it's flabby next to premium models like the Gigabyte Aero 15XC and Razer Blade 15. Those two all mix in plenty of metal, which the Nitro 5 lacks. The Acer does offer a superior screen and more storage, however, so it boils down to buyer preference. My Nitro 5's bright and vivid WQHD screen is its ace in the hole. It has 50% more pixels than Full HD for a sharper picture, less scrolling, and more room to dock apps side by side. Yet it's not so high resolution that the GeForce RTX 3070 can't produce fluid frame rates. The screen also offers a practical anti-glare surface and, thanks to its IPS panel, wide viewing angles. All I can complain about is a lack of variable refresh rate technology, though its 165Hz refresh rate doesn't need help to produce a smooth gaming experience. Lesser Nitro 5 models have 1080p resolution in 60Hz or 144Hz flavors, of which sports players should target the latter for a smoother picture. The 165Hz WQHD display is still suitable for esports, though its higher resolution means that even with the GeForce RTX 3070 it's unlikely to achieve higher frame rates than a 1080p model with an RTX 3060. The Nitro 5's keyboard has 4 RGB backlighting zones, which you can configure in the Nitro Sense app. Some lesser-priced models stick with the single red zone. The keys have a short, linear feel and work well. The numeric pad keys are 2/3 size, but the rest of the layout is on point, including dedicated home, and page up, and page down keys. The Nitro 5's concise port selection includes 2 USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type-A ports, 1 USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C port, a killer E2600 Ethernet jack, an HDMI 2.1 video output, and a headset jack. As this is an AMD laptop, the USB-C port doesn't support Thunderbolt 4. The power adapter connects around back. It must click into work, something I didn't figure out until I almost ran out of battery power. Inside, this Acer uses a MediaTek MT7921 network card for Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5. Like most gaming laptops, the Nitro 5 lacks built-in biometrics. I'd at least like to see an infrared webcam for Windows Hello face recognition. The 720p webcam centered over the display delivers the soft focus video that's usual for like-priced laptops. Upgradability is one of the Nitro 5's strengths. Behind the bottom panel are 2 M.2 slots plus a 2.5-inch drive bay. Screws for the latter are in the box. As I noted, the memory is also upgradable. Both SODIMM slots are occupied in my unit by DDR4 3200 modules. Numerous perforations on the bottom of the chassis supply air to the 2 cooling fans, which channel their exhaust out the back and sides. This is one of the quieter gaming notebooks I've tested. Even the laptop's average-sounding speakers are audible over the fans while gaming. I pitted the Acer Nitro 5's benchmark results against those of 4 mainstream 15.6-inch gaming laptops. The Predator Helios 300 is the only one without an 8-core CPU, sticking with an older Comet Lake Intel Core i7. The rest of the specs line up, so this should be a close race. The Nitro 5 finished in the middle of the pack in PC Mark X, which we use to assess overall productivity performance for office-centric tasks such as word processing, spreadsheet work, web browsing, and video conferencing, none of which is a challenge for these laptops. The Lenovo did exceptionally well, for reasons that will appear in the following tests. Meanwhile, the laptop's zippy SSDs kept them on an even keel in PC Mark 8's storage test. Next up is a pair of CPU crunching tests. Cinebench R15 stresses all available processor cores and threads while rendering a complex image, while in our handbrake test, we time systems while they transcode a 12-minute video clip from 4K to 1080p resolution. The Lenovo took top marks again here, by a significant margin over the Nitro 5 and the Alienware. Given that all 3 systems use the same Ryzen CPU, it appears the Legion 5 Pro maintains its clocks a bit better for power delivery or thermal reasons. The final test in this section is photo editing. We use an early 2018 release of Adobe Photoshop Creative Cloud to apply 10 complex filters and effects to a standard JPEG image, timing each operation and adding up the total. This test is not as CPU-focused as Cinebench or Handbrake, bringing the performance of the storage subsystem, memory, and GPU into play. Excluding the Predator, this is a tight grouping, with the Nitro 5 appropriately within a few seconds of the lead. We use 2 gaming simulations to measure the 3D performance potential of a PC. In UL's 3D Mark, we run 2 tests, Skydiver and Firestrike, both of them DirectX 11 based. Unigen Corporation Superposition is the other. It uses a different rendering engine to produce a complex 3D scene. The Lenovo crushed the Nitro 5, as did the Predator to a lesser but still notable degree. Those 2 laptops have higher maximum power ratings for their GeForce RTX 3070 CPUs, The Nitro 5's is capped at just 85 watts, a minimal rating for the card. This allowed even the RTX 3060 based Alienware to nip at its heels. Our primer on GeForce RTX 30 series GPU wattages in laptops is a must-read if you're buying a GeForce RTX 30 series laptop. Our final performance tests involve real games. We use the built-in 1080p benchmarks in Far Cry 5 and Rise of the Tomb Raider. Far Cry 5 uses DirectX 11, while we flipped the Lara Croft adventure to DirectX 12. These games have become largely CPU limited even at the more demanding presets, so the differences among this group are minimal. That said, the numbers suggest that the Nitro 5 will have performance to spare for running games at its native 1440p resolution. Finally, we measure laptops' unplugged runtime by playing a locally stored video with screen brightness at 50% and audio volume at 100%. We use Windows energy saving rather than balanced or other power profile where available, disable Wi-Fi, and even turn off keyboard backlighting to squeeze as much life as possible out of the system. Just over 7 hours is a good number for a powerful 15.6-inch gaming laptop these days, providing enough freedom for a day trip sans power adapter. Though the Acer Nitro 5 can be had in an admirably wide range of configurations, our $1,699 review unit didn't perform as well as it should have against the Alienware M15 Ryzen Edition R5 and the Lenovo Legion 5 Pro, our top picks for mid to high-end 15.6-inch gaming rigs. Thus our kickdown from 4 stars in 2020's tested model to our 3.5-star rating on this one. In its $1,299 and under guises, however, the Nitro 5 should deliver the expected features and good battery life to remain one of our top budget gaming laptops, and it can even challenge Acer's Predator Helios 300 in overall performance thanks to its strong AMD CPU. Few laptops offer as much value for the money.